one time I went up to New York City, and I had to. My clarinet repairman is in New Jersey, and so I have to take a bus. Tony Salambini, he's great clarinet repairman, saxophone repairman as well. But I was going out to see him, and I told the bus driver to let me know when we would get to the stop, because I wasn't really I wasn't familiar with the area. And so I'm on the phone with my son, who was like a little kid at the time, and we're talking away, and then all of a sudden the bus stops at a certain point and says, "Time to get off." And I'm like, so I'm like, "Okay, Gabe, hey, I gotta go. Hey, yeah, I love you too. Yeah, bye. Put it in there, jumped off the bus, watching the bus roll away, and then all of a sudden I realized I don't have my horn. And I screamed. I screamed like I can't remember what I screamed, but it wasn't. I'm a follower of Christ, but I don't think it was one of my most godly moments for a moment. But so basically, I'm panicking, trying to figure out, because I had a gig the next day. I had a gig with Brian Lynch, another person that I owe a lot to. That's a whole other subject, but I had a gig with Brian Lynch the next day, and and so I'm talking with the people from the MTA, New Jersey Transit, and they have no idea where this thing is, and I'm just freaking out, and so we prayed like crazy. I call up my wife, and we're praying. I go down to the bus station and try to search for it there. Couldn't find it, and so they finally told me, well, if we find it, we'll let you know. And so I had someone that I knew I could get a horn from, so I went and got a horn from him that was very similar to what I played. And the great saxophonist Marcus Strickland, he had a mouthpiece that he had. We traded, or he had one of my old mouthpieces, and so I went and got one from him. A great player, Marcus, and so I was all set and thinking like, okay, I got to make this work. And I got a call at maybe 11:30 at night, and they basically told me like we found your horn. It had been riding around on a bus between New York and New Jersey all day, and nobody touched it. Nobody touched it. And which is like an act of God. We prayed so hard, and that, I can only describe that as an act of God. And so I had to pick it up in the morning. First thing in the morning, I go over there to the bus station over in Jersey. And I swear, my horn, there was a whole stack of stuff that they had found on the buses that was probably about this high, and it was all rickety, like books and stuff like that. And at the top of that, somehow balancing, was my horn. Just like, no. Anyway, so I got my horn back. The gig was great, as usual with Brian, and it was happily ever after. Praise the Lord.